Guys, business owners, personal coach alert. If you want a perfect automation to help you manage your incoming emails, this is the one to watch. Imagine setting up Mate.com like this. You ask Mate.com to follow all these non-urgent emails to create roles on a spreadsheet to lock them, and you ask them to highlight the urgent email to send your personal alert just like this. That would save you so much time and make sure you put your attention to the utmost importance clients' inquiries and emails coming in. Watch this video right now and I'll show you how to get it done. Welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to configure two different router paths. So each type of data can get a completely different outcome on Make.com. In the previous video, we have talked about how to add a router. As you can see on my screen right there, a router has been added. But we need to define the paths. In this video, we're going to do that. Let's imagine as a business or business coach or business owners, you want to have two different types of alert setting up. One is simply to log an email entries to a spreadsheet like this. Another is for any urgent email that will send you an email to tell you this is an urgent email that came in so that you will know to receive, so that you're going to go and check that email as soon as you can, right? So that's what we're going to try to achieve today. First, in front of you is the canvas of these modules that we've set up, Gmail watching emails coming in. And in the previous video, we have talked about how to add a router. So in front of you is just a plain canvas. After the router, I have deleted everything that we have set up last time so that we can start from scratch. So now we want to build two paths. Each path can have two parts. One is the filter to decide which data will travel down the path, and the action module that would tell the Mate.com to do something with that data. So we need to set both. Just for your information, if you want to build automations faster, click the link in the description of this video below to get my free Make.com beginner's guide right now. It covers the core skills that you'll need to get real results quickly in matters of days. Thank you. When considering a router, it goes from the top to the bottom. So let's take this for instance. I press the plus button. Now two paths have been set up. Mate.com will always go to the first path first and see if the condition is met to achieve that. If not, they will go to the second path, and if not, they go to the third path. And if nothing is matched in all of these paths, no action will be taken. So we need to make sure the most important path that you want Make.com to action first should be in the first path of a router. Now, I think in my case, the urgent email notification probably would be the most important path. So let's just build that first path by clicking on this, hovering your mouse into this plus button. You will see add module on the right hand side. We click on add module. We want to add Gmail. You want to send, perhaps you can say send an email to your personal email instead of your work email that you might not check all the time. And in this occasion, I'm going to use one email address for all of these purposes. So please excuse me, I haven't separated the different email addresses. The email address has already been linked. If not, you can add a new connection there. So we're going to say I want to send to my personal email. In this case, it's the same email address for demonstration purpose. So you can put your own email address there for the email alert. You can say an alert for urgent clients email. That is to the subject line. So add the body content. You can add from email and from name. So email from, so you can say urgent email from this email address from that name to remind you who is actually sending you that email about, and then you can put maybe the subject line. Here you go. And it gives you a quick snippet of what that email is about by mapping the incoming email information to this text content. Excellent. That's all we need. And we can click save. Now, however, we do need to set a filter. Otherwise, at the moment, all of the emails will go through to this module. So we need to click here in the middle, right click, and you can see setup filter. So we only want urgent emails. So as a label, we want this condition if the subject line has a text operator, make sure it's a text operator, contains case insensitive, urgent. Okay, so people, if they really want your urgent attention, they will put the word urgent in the subject line usually. So you can include case insensitive means it will pick up either upper letter or lower letter. Okay, uppercase or lowercase. That's it, save. And that's the first path being set up with the action module with the filter that triggers it. Now we define the rest of the emails which is not containing urgent in the subject line. We want them to log it in the email log. So we click this add module here. We want to click on Google Sheet and add a row. Great. We want to click here and search for the spreadsheet name and now find a worksheet. I want it to be on the email log worksheet. There is a header, so I put header on it. Excellent. So here, subject, we want the subject of that email. Sender, we want the name. Date, we want the date of this email coming through. The content, we want the full text body if you want. And an email address, you can add from email address. It depends on what columns you have, like in this scenario, what columns you have, and then to define what information you need to get matched from the Gmail to go through to this sheet to add a row including this information. Click save. Okay, and then we need to set a filter. Right click, click on setup filter. This time we need to say non-urgent emails, right? So the condition would be when the subject line does not contain the word urgent. Make sure you put case insensitive. That's going to cover both upper or lower cases in that case. It doesn't contain any urgent subject line. And I click save. There we go. We have two paths set up for this one router. Both have the relevant filters, and Made.com will go through this module through the first filter. If that goes through, it goes to the first trigger module. If it doesn't, it goes to the second, and if it doesn't, it goes to the third, etc. All right, so we're going to click save down here to save this version of this scenario. And now let's just test run it by clicking on the run once button. Excellent. You can see actually there are 9 emails being pulled through to this to add a row because they have non-urgent emails, and there's one urgent email being pulled through to the send an email action there. Now, the reason why there's totally 10 actions, because if you click on this, you can actually see the limits that we set previously was 10, means up to 10 actions will be taken from one trigger. So first, we're going to look at the non-urgent emails and all of the emails down here in the bottom. You can pull through all of these emails being pulled through. And the urgent email alert is right there on the top, alert for urgent clients email. And if we go in there, we actually put in all of the details we linked. We put in the email address, the person's name, and then the subject line. And this is the text that we enter, urgent email from and about. We enter the text ourselves. So the combination of our manual text entry and any mapping data to create this email to send us an alert. In this occasion, I'm only just using the same email address as if my other work emails where it came through. It looks like they're all in the same place, but in real scenario, you will use this action onto something that you check all the time. For example, your WhatsApp or your Slack channel. Yeah, so that will help you have that alert set up for your immediate attention. But that's it. That's what we're going to do today. A question I always get after building a router is, what if the data keeps going down the wrong path? I can tell you there's usually one of the two causes that would cause this to happen. I've made a very short FAQ video to explain this. Simply click on the link from the description and go watch that now. So up next, I'm going to actually cover 5 most common mistakes we found on Make.com beginners. Before we go any deeper, let's make sure these common mistakes don't really trip you up. So catch them now saves a lot of frustration later. To watch any other of my videos on my channel, simply subscribe to my channel so you can watch the next one or any previous ones that I've had. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.